Hello, welcome to today's session. And today we're going to be clearing out all the blockages. It's not so much less blockages, but all our tendencies to spend money on the shining objects. And time again, I hear people really spending way beyond their means on things that promise them that they're going to make them successful. And once we fall for those salespeople that are so good and making us believe, there's that fear of missing out, making us believe that without their solution, we will never succeed. Nothing good is ever going to happen to us. Everywhere we fall for that, there are certain tools, techniques that they use to make us feel a certain way, that make us put money on the table for something that actually, if we really ask ourselves, they will never add the value that they promised to us. They just run away with our money. They don't deliver, or they overpromise, but we fall for those promises. So everywhere you are spending beyond your means, spending on things you don't actually need, that's what we're going to be working through today. So as always, I'm going to share my slides. And in the meantime, you can make yourself as comfortable as you need. Lean back, relax, lie down if you need to. Oh, sorry. This is the topic for next week. So today's topic is releasing compulsive spending and shopping habits, breaking the cycle. So yeah, put your awareness at the center of your heart. There is nothing you need to do. There is nowhere you need to go. Just allow yourself to be fully present in the here and the now. Close your eyes. Feel into the energy. Think about the last couple of times when you might have spent money on something you don't even need. Why did you do this? How did you get trapped, tricked into doing it? What was the outcome? What was the result? What did you gain from it? Put your awareness somewhere 300 feet above your crown. Tap into the love and light energy. Allow this energy to come down on your crown, clearing up your crown everywhere you are not aware enough, everywhere your alarm bells are not ringing when this is happening to you. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. This energy is coming into your forehead chakra. Everywhere you cannot perceive, sense the future of whether this thing that you want to invest money into is really gonna create that benefit that you're expecting. Everywhere you're not able to see how this investment is gonna play out for you in the long run, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. This energy is coming into your Ajna chakra. Everywhere you're being mentally dominated by someone. Because salespeople can be so willful, so emotionally attuned. They know just the right words to say, just the right buttons to press to get us. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. This energy is coming into your throat. Everywhere you say yes, even though it should have been a no. Everywhere there is a no, even though it should have been a yes. This energy is coming into your heart, clearing up your heart. Everywhere there is that upset, disappointment with yourself. When you think, feel, sense, or again, I spend money on something I don't need. And now I have this big pile of debt that I worry about. This energy is going down, 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 all the way down to the center of Mother Earth, tapping into the love and light at the center of Mother Earth. Allowing this love and light to come up through your feet, through your body, coming into your heart, filling up your heart with love and light. This energy is beginning to expand. It's becoming as big as your house, as big as your town, as big as this planet, and even bigger. What are your thoughts? Think about your debt. How much debt do you have? I used to have debts as long as I was saying I want to be debt free. But when I reframed it and I started saying I want to have so and so amount, this and this amount, positive amount on my bank account, that's when I got out of debt. Where are you investing into the next shiny thing before this last thing has made you money? When I invest into the program before I finish that program must have already made me money. So what are your spending habits like? Are you someone who just can't save? Most of us, we just feel uncomfortable being around money. We've gotten so used to being in minus. This is our thermostat, this is our comfort zone. That as soon as we are in plus, we work hard to throw that money away so that we are back in minus again. I used to have that mindset for years. I would throw away money like a hot potato. It felt really, really uncomfortable having money. I would have just enough to survive and be a little bit in minus month after month, living paycheck to paycheck. So put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth. Imagine there is an elevator. The door is opening, you are stepping inside. The elevator is beginning to rise, going through the crust of the earth, going higher and higher, through your body, through your head, through your crown. May some of you become abused to take our consciousness, our awareness all the way to the seventh plane of consciousness, create a all that is consciousness level. Asking creative all that is what's the most important thing for us to understand about this cycle that we are in. Everywhere you've been conditioned to spend. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you believe spending is good, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Economists tell us countries must spend is good for the economy. And so we spend and spend and spend, and all the marketing and everything is just there to make us spend, entice us to spend. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you think it's your job to spend. May some of you will come abuse just create a that is to neutralize all decisions and choices you've ever made to believe that your job is to spend money. Your job is to give away money. Your job is to generate money to finance others. Pretty much when you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're pretty much just working to make somebody else richer. You're basically working to give that money to someone else. There is nothing left for you. Everywhere you spend beyond your means, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you spend your bank's money, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Well, of course, you can spend their money, but it's going to cost you high interests. So everywhere you're so caught up in this rat race. Some of our karma abuse just create a fault test. What's the most important thing for us to understand about our spending habits? Everywhere we believe that this is how we give. Everywhere we believe giving is receiving. Everywhere we're confusing spending with giving. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we've been conditioned to want something we don't need. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Look at your prosperity container. Look at all the holes and cracks in your container. Where does your money go to? Do you keep track of your expenses? Do you know where your money goes to? Do you write it down somewhere? Do you keep track of it? Or do you just stand there at the end of the month, where did my money go, but you don't know where? And some of you with karma abuse just scan the entire universe for all the beings you are financing. With some of you with karma abuse, just create a fall that is to neutralize all the obligations toward anybody. Everywhere you think it's your job to finance others. I used to say, well, I know there is more where it came from and other people don't, so it's my job to pay for them, to help them. Because I know where the money came from and I know there is more where it came from. Well, it's fine helping others, but I wasn't keeping anything to myself. Everywhere keeping something to yourself is wrong. It's just gonna get stolen away from you anyways. You won't be able to keep it in the long run, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. There's really something around keeping. Everywhere keeping means I'm greedy, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. With some of you with karma abuse, just scan your past, present, future for all the solemn vows you've made to never keep anything, to never have anything. With some of you with karma abuse, to bring up all that past life energy. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it say? What would it tell you? What would it tell you? Why have you decided that this was a good idea? Who told you that this was going to be a good idea? Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Why do you think you owe others? Everywhere you think you owe the government. You owe your spiritual school, your spiritual institution. You owe your friends. You owe the companies. You owe the businesses. You owe the supermarkets. You owe the telephone companies. You owe the banks. Why does it feel like you owe, and you owe, and you owe until the day you die? There is always somebody with an outstretched hand, and they all want a piece of what you have. Who has made you their source of income? So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you are here to work for others, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Some of your good karma abuse just scan the entire universe for all the beings you have been working for. May some of your good karma abuse just create a will that is to fire you from that job, to disconnect you from all those obligations. Everywhere it feels like the money just slips through your fingers, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you're allowing money to slip through your fingers, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. In the past, I couldn't grasp money energetically. I couldn't quite grasp it. It was just this fluidic energy that would just pass through me and never stay behind, until I started concretizing it by writing down, keeping track, gaining an understanding. How much money is coming in, how much money is going out, what is it for? Paying more attention to my money. What did I spend it on? What is it? Was it unnecessary spending? Then I started being more choosy, analyzing more. Money wants to be understood, concretized. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. That is why I always say you gotta know exactly how much money you need in the next 3 months. What do you need it for? Write it down. What are your projects? What are the upcoming expenses? What are the fun things you're gonna do that you need extra money for? How much money do you need? Tell the universe in advance, concretize it, conceptualize it, gain clarity around the amount of money that you need. Put it into writing. The months where I do that, this is where I usually also make more money. When I drop the ball and I don't write my list, don't gain clarity around how much money, what are my expenses are gonna look like this month, next month. That's when my money goes down. So where are the holes in your pockets? Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. Why does it feel like everybody's after your money? Why does it feel like everybody is just after money, including us? Money is the first thing we think when we wake up, is the last thing we think when we go to bed. Where is the next money gonna come from? I need and I need and I need all that needy energy that we are putting out. Well, that's what we also receive from the universe. Everybody needs our money. So clear and transmute across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. And some of our good karma abuse just create a fall that is to teach us what it feels like. To know that we have all the money we can possibly need already. We have it. There is no need for us to need money. We already have it. But some of our good karma be used to, as creative abilities, to teach us what it feels like to be in the state of having money, knowing that we have the money, knowing that's already available to us, knowing that's already there. Right now, right here. Some of our good karma be used to, as creative abilities, to teach us what it feels like to know we are in the flow with money. We are in harmony with money. We are aligned with our money. We are prosperous, super abundant when it comes to our money. May some of our good karma abuse just create a fall that is to teach us what it feels like to be in the flow with money. Where does the money come from? Where does the money go? What are some of our wounds around money that are contributing to us spending money? Everywhere you fear the money might not be there for you tomorrow, so you might as well, or the money might lose value drastically tomorrow. Everywhere you're spending money because you believe that money could disappear, devaluate so significantly. Instead of a car, you will only be able to buy a loaf of bread with it. Everywhere we cannot trust money. Everywhere we believe our money loses its value, it's devaluating. Clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we believe money is limited, everywhere we believe money could be taken away from us. Some of our good karma abuse should bring up all the past life energies behind that and behind that and behind that, behind our fears, behind our traumas around money. What's enticing us to spend it? What's enticing us to give away more than what we have? Being transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Times gazillion, times gazillion, times gazillion. Everywhere you believe money is too dangerous to keep, clean transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you believe bad things are gonna happen to you if you keep money, clean transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you don't know how to keep money, clean transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Some of your good karma abuse, our good karma abuse just create a fold that is to bring up all the past life energy that's behind that and behind that and behind that and behind that. If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it tell us? If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it tell us? If that energy had a voice, had a story, what would it tell us? Everywhere we never learned how to keep money, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we distrust money, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we are afraid of money, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we are afraid of accumulating money, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we are afraid of being wealthy, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Some of our good karma abuse just create a fall that is to teach us what it feels like. To know that it is safe for us to keep money, have money, accumulate money. manage money, maintain money, grow money. To teach us what it feels like to be abundant and have abundance concretized on our bank accounts. May some of our good karma be used to connect to us future selves as the souls create of all that is. What else is there to understand, to learn? May some of our good karma be used to teach us, create of all that is, to teach us what it feels like to feel safe and protected around money, with money, owing money, owning money. May some of our good karma be used to scan the entire universe for all the beings that want to scam us, trick us, cheat us of our money. May some of our good karma be used to us, create of all that is, to fire all those beings and disconnect us from all that energy of scams. May some of our good karma be used to us, create of all that is, to teach us what it feels like to be aware, to trust our intuition when people lie to us about money, when we are being deceived about money. May some of our good karma be used to us, create of all that is, to purify our minds of any deception, any deceiving energies. May some of our good karma be used to us, create of all that is, to teach us what it feels like to have clarity of mind and be able to clearly perceive another person's intentions. Everywhere we are playing dumb, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality, because I guarantee you, every time you made a bad decision, bad investment, there was that inner voice telling you, don't do this. But we ignored it, we didn't listen. Everywhere we are being manipulated, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we are being deceived, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we expect to be deceived and tricked and lied to, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere we lack awareness, everywhere we pretend we don't see, we don't know, we are not aware. Why do we pretend to be dumber than we truly are? Why do we pretend to be ignorant, unaware? Some of our good karma be just creative all of this to neutralize all the decisions and choices we have ever made to play ignorant, pretend not to know, pretend not to be aware, pretend not to understand, pretend not to hear. Clean transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Where are we playing games with our money? Clear and transmute across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Where have you gotten so used to always struggling, always trying to figure out how money works? If that's your foundational energy, always figuring out how to make money, then of course, once you make that money, you give it away right away so that you can continue trying to figure out how to make money. In some of your karma abuse, just creator of all that is, to scan your past, present, future for all the moments of time when you're deciding that figuring money is fun, working for money is fun, struggling to get money is fun. Everywhere that's your foundational energy, and you keep on trying, keep on trying, keep on trying forever. You never will make enough money. You never make enough money so that you can have a nice foundational energy of I have abundance. It's if push comes to shove, I have money. It's a very different foundational energy. Once you start saving, putting money aside, the foundational energy is there. I have money. But if there is no money on your bank account, then the foundational energy is always, I don't have money, I don't have money, I must make money, I don't have money. So how can you start setting money aside? Start building something so that at least you have money. So that your foundational energy transforms. So everywhere your foundational energy is, I don't have money. And of course, you're gonna give the money you have immediately away so that you can go back to not having money. Everywhere you acclimatize to this. Remember a few weeks ago, we had the event on expanding energetically into your next financial goal. You really want to start running that energy on you over and over again. Start expanding into your next financial goal. Next week, we're going to be doing tapping into your sources of income. Different ways in which prosperity can come to you. Unlocking that flow from different directions and knowing there's more where it came from, but also knowing I have money. And for you to have money, you really have to see it on your bank account. You have to see it. I have money. There is money. I've got money. Where have you gotten into this habit of spending the money you don't have? Often we invite people for meals just because we are not comfortable to just saying, okay, everybody pays for themselves. And we invite people for meals even though we don't have money. At least not to spend it on somebody else. Why are we so likely often to spend money on others rather than keep it to ourselves? Yes, sometimes it's good to invite people for a meal. But when are you spending money on a meal for others, the money that you don't have or you need yourself? Is this the right way? Are you trying to prove to yourself you're generous? Well, give them generously your time, your advice, your company, and keep some money to yourself. So clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you're spending money you don't have. Time's gazillion times, gazillion times, gazillion. With some of your karma abuse, to ask creator of all of this to neutralize all the decisions and choices you've ever made. To spend the money you don't have on people that don't spend money on you. Everywhere you're trying, you feel you owe people. Everywhere you're trying to compensate by giving them money. The money you don't have. The money you need yourself. Why are other people's needs more important than your needs? Is your need to overcorrect, overcompensate is more important than your need to just have? Sometimes the right thing to do is to invite the other person for something, but sometimes the right thing to do is just let them pay for themselves, or compensate them somehow differently. Offer them free sessions, coaching sessions if you must. There are many things you can give them that are not going to cost you money. So everywhere you're spending before thinking, everywhere you're spending on a whim, everywhere you don't evaluate, don't analyze, everywhere you don't sleep on it, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you don't sleep on it before you make a large investment, clear and transmute it across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you just do it first and then you think. That's often how mental domination works. They overpower you. They make you spend. And then when you sleep on it, you realize, oh, it's almost like you had a blackout. You weren't there, you weren't aware, you weren't conscious when you made that purchase, when you invested in something that expensive. And then it's too late. So everywhere you don't sleep on it, everywhere you're uncomfortable saying, just let me think about it. Everywhere you fear to miss out on something. Everywhere you got sold that shiny new object, clear and transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you don't check in with the future where you purchased it, and feel how you feel in the end. Do you feel better? Do you feel upset? Did it really create for you? Was it really a good decision? Everywhere you don't do that. Being transmuted across all time, dimension, space, and reality. Everywhere you attribute it all to just God's decision. If God wants me, I'll do it. Well, God wants you to think for yourself. Make your own decisions. Take responsibility for your decisions. You're not a child anymore. You're not a spiritual child. You've grown enough, you've evolved enough, you have a mind. You've been educated. You know how to analyze, how to make decisions. What has God to do with it? Be responsible. Be responsible with your money. The universe is going to keep on giving you money, but are you going to be responsible with it? How? What's your new commitment to handling your money, to treating your money, to saving, to maintaining, to sustaining, to growing your money? Why are we so addicted to lack of money, struggling with money? Why do we allow it to just slip through our fingers? So my sum of all good karma be used to ask creative all that is to bring up all the energies that are behind this, all the decisions and choices that are behind this, and clear all of that on our behalf. Everything that's not quite right in our thinking, that's influencing our behavior. So what's behind that? What's behind that? What's behind that? Why do we do what we do? How does it serve us? Who is in charge of us, our decisions, our compulsive behaviors? Some of our good karma abuse just create all that is to neutralize all the entities, beings, creatures, anything and anybody that's behind that. That is influencing us, that is making us do things without considering the options, without really using our mind to evaluate. So everywhere I see like pain in the right shoulder, I feel pain in the right upper shoulder. So like kind of like closer to the neck. Some of our karma abuse just create a fall that is to neutralize whatever energies that are behind that, put that detach, resolve, dissolve, cancel, complete program for the next 24 hours, and keep on neutralizing all the decisions and choices that are behind this heaviness, this burden. Whatever is causing us to feel burdened by money. Everywhere we feel having money, managing money, sustaining money is a burden. It's hard work. It's too much. Some of our good karma abuse just create a fall that is to neutralize all those beliefs, all those decisions and choices from our consciousness, from our awareness, from our behaviors, emotional body, mental body, physical body. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a fall that is to teach you what it feels like to feel safe and protected around money, with money, in the possession of money. With some of your good karma abuse, just create a fall that is to give you all the permissions you need to keep money, to have money, save money, sustain money, be in the abundance of money, have money, allow money to flow to you without any limits and limitations, flow to you abundantly. And some of your good karma abuse, just create a fall that is to teach you what it feels like, to give you all the permissions you need to keep money, to build up prosperity, to be wealthy. Ask and create a fall that is to give you all the permissions you need to be wealthy, prosperous, abundant in the physical plane. Put your awareness at the center of Mother Earth, 5 feet down, 5 feet out. Ground yourself. Allow yourself to be fully present in the here and the now. And whenever you're ready, you may open your eyes and be fully awake and alert. Those of you who are joining the Tuesday session, next week we're going to be clearing out blocks to intuition and inner guidance. Everywhere you're doubting yourself, doubting your intuition, are afraid of tapping into, that's what we're going to be working through. And on Wednesday, the topic is sources of abundance, activating wealth channels. Everywhere you're limiting yourself to just one channel, be it just your business, you're not allowing yourself for money to come to you through different sources. That's what we're going to do. We're also going to be activating your ability to see that you are the source of your income more than anything. Okay, that's going to be the topic. I hope you can join me next week. I look forward to the sessions. And thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.